Hi all, my name is Gada. In this video, we will talk about converting the set of commands that take place on an external hardware part into musical sound inside computer. This is called in music world Digital Audio Workstation DAW, and it is done by a computer that works as MIDI device. Arduino microcontroller set of buttons acts as external keyboard and all connections between these parts, whether they are hardware or software. The idea of this project is to write code that conveys the act of pressing the buttons into digital form corresponding to musical note, and make the computer see Arduino chip as sound card. At the beginning, we will build up the circuit. We will need MIDI plug, Arduino Uno, push buttons, 220 ohm resistor, jumper wires, and the breadboard. And connect the component as in figure below. Note that we use the input plug of the MIDI cable and connect pin number 2 with the ground. Connect pin number 5 with the resistor, where the other end of it connected with pin number 1 from Arduino, and pin number 4 with 5-volt VCC separated by resistor. Go forward to the coding. As a preparation step, we have to download the MIDI library, which makes MIDI commands such as send note on and send note off easy to perform, and controller library that implements PID control to your code. Now we have to activate this library on Arduino program. From Sketch, include library, add zip library. Now let's start writing the code. Firstly, we call the libraries and we add a statement of MIDI create default instant to create and bind the MIDI interface to the default hardware serial port. In the part of button declaration, we defined it as the following: button name, pin number, command, note number, channel, debounce time, where the command is for potential future use to allow you to customize the program. Note number, the number corresponding to each note in the musical word so that the interface program MIDI OX can understand it. Channel means MIDI channel the control output. You should make sure it is the same channel as the one in MIDI OX. Debounce time, the delay in reading time of button to limitation false response, and the suitable value is 5. We define all buttons the same. Thank you.
Hi, it's Rama, and now I will discuss the main code in details. First, in void setup, we will initiate MIDI library work by writing midi.begin. Now we need to read the value of each button using getValue. This is done by for loop with buttons array which is declared previously. If the button is pressed, the message value will be 0 because of the shorted circuit with the ground. If the condition is true, we have two cases of command. First one is 0. That means that we want to send note on. In MIDI send note on, the first part is the note value that we saved in this button location. The second part is the full speed of the note. And the last one is the channel where the note is on. The second case is 1. That means we want to send control change, CC. And in our work, button 6 is the master of this rule. When we release the button, the message value will become 1. We have two cases as well. The main difference is that we send note off with a speed value equal to 0. Now let's talk about the software part. First, we have to choose the right software programs. Atmel Flip, which let us to convert Arduino to a MIDI controller. Arduino Master, which contains two files that will be used in the conversion process, and those files are Arduino MIDI hex and our USB serial Mega 16 U2.hex. Also, we install MIDI OX, which is a great monitoring software to see if our MIDI is working or not. How to flip our Arduino Uno to a sound card and back. Firstly, from Atmel Flip, we make sure from device that we choose our chip number, which is AT-Mega16U2. Then we have to short those two pins on the Arduino using female-female connector. To be sure that the shorting correctly done, we go to Setting, then Communication, and choose USB. Then Open. If there is no error, the comment will be changed from Communication Off to USB On. Now from File, choose Load Hex File. Then we will choose Arduino MIDI.hex from Arduino Master. And the final step to make the Arduino as sound card is unplug and replug the Arduino USB. Now if we wanted to make any adjustment on the code, we have to turn it back to an Arduino board. First, we have to short the pins again, and from File, Load Hex File, we choose Arduino USB serial AT-Mega16U2 Uno REV3.hex from Arduino Master. Now to MIDI OX. From Options, MIDI Devices, we select Arduino MIDI in MIDI Input, and we have to be able to see Opened MIDI Input and Open MIDI Output in Monitor Output. To this point, we will be able to hear the music while we press the buttons, and we will see Note On and Note Off in the monitors as we press buttons from 1 to 5. And button number 6 is for control change. Thank you.